Hello YouTubers, this is the Noobifier. I recently did a video on a product from Gamdias, which was their 240mm all-in-one cooler. That video is linked up for you right now. It performed very well, and as expected from such a large surface, it kept an overclocked 9600K well below throttle at a near silent operation. The feedback from the video was positive, so they contacted me again to sponsor this video. My first impressions when I looked at their products were that they'd put looks first. When researching, I didn't find a single product that they made that didn't include individually addressable RGB. They offer RGB power supplies, RGB cases, mice, keyboard, and even an RGB gaming chair. I actually think they're the only ones that do that. That might make a would-be customer worried about performance, but in talking to Gamdias over the past few months, they offer the aesthetics that the community seems to want after the performance has been considered. They've embraced the trend of RGB and then dialed it to 11. If the product performs well and also has the aesthetics, then to me, there's no issue. It has to work well first, and you can always turn the lights down or off. The M1-1204R is a kit of 4 fans, control box, and a remote. The control box can operate standalone or can connect directly to a motherboard that's supported by RGB Fusion, Aura, Mystic lights, which are the most common in the industry. When configured to motherboard on the remote with the proper wiring connected, the lighting is synchronized with the rest of the system and it's going to follow whatever patterns you've activated in the software. Where I think this set really shines is using the remote and set to independent. I've had it installed on my VR PC, which is dead center of the studio. Once I got RGB out of my system, I finally decided upon red with a random flashing pattern, which I was able to match to the rest of my gear. I sometimes use the remote to increase the fan speed 1 notch if I know I'm going to be pushing the overclock for a longer gaming session. I've also used the remote to lower the fan speed when watching a movie. The remote is a great idea. It lets you quickly and intuitively get configured without needing to learn another piece of software. The box can control up to 6 fans plus 2 light strips and is powered by a single SATA connector. The control box has 2 magnets embedded, which makes mounting easy, and because the fans have a very long lead, you have a lot of freedom to choose where to mount it. This kit would be perfect for a new build, or if you wanted to boost one of their all-in-one coolers with a push-pull configuration. This is what I decided to do today, even though I don't expect any noticeable temperature improvements. I do think I'll be able to maintain better thermal performance at a lower fan speed, and thus lower noise. My install was very simple. With the included hardware, I released the rad from the case, positioned the 2 new fans, gently tightened the screws, taking care not to strip the rad, and then connected them to the pre-installed controller. It's important to plug the fans in sequentially so that the lighting effect makes sense. You also need to ensure that you populate the ports from lowest to highest. Installing 4 fans in ports 1, 2, 3, 5 won't work properly. You need to connect them 1, 2, 3, 4 and leave 5 and 6 blank. The fans themselves are quiet and beautiful. I've actually tested all 6 of them and none have demonstrated any ticking or clicking noises. If you're looking to build a great looking personal system or refresh an older build, the M1-1204R is a great cost-effective way to do that. Thank you very much for spending your time with me, and thanks to Gamdias for sending this kit to test. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.